turns day into night, air into fire. Nothing in the world can compare to its power. The most awesome sight you'll ever see may be your last. Dante's Peak, the epic adventure film from Universal Pictures, will take you deep into the heart of nature's most devastating spectacle.
There's enough carbon dioxide to start killing trees and wildlife.
007's Pierce Brosnan plays a volcanologist sent to investigate unusual seismic activity in this picturesque town.
Still somewhat a new science, volcanology. I come in and say that, there's danger here. This thing could blow.
Dormant, as in sleeping. And your volcano might just be waking up.
I sent you up here to have a look around, not to scare the hell out of the city council.
This is an unstable system, and this town should be on alert.
Terminator's Linda Hamilton plays Rachel Wando, mayor of Dante's Peak, who finds herself caught between those who believe the mountain poses no threat.
You people came up here right after Mount St. Helens went nuts. There's nothing going on then. There's nothing going on here now.
And Brosnan's warnings of imminent destruction.
This isn't a hunch. This thing is gonna blow.
I hope you're wrong about our volcano, Harry. It becomes a struggle between Pierce and the town council, and I basically side with him as the mayor, and we're all sort of caught not quite as ready as we might have been.
Here we go, and action.
Director Roger Donaldson, whose past films include Species and No Way Out, at one time considered becoming a professional geologist.
I did a lot of research, talking to volcanologists, going to Mount St. Helens, looking at what happened in places like Pompeii. We've taken all that information and put that into our sort of pot, stirred it around and taken out a story.
Devastation everywhere!
You don't have to exaggerate to make the reality very impressive.
Producers Gaylan Hurd and Joseph Singer and executive producer Ilona Hertzberg shared the director's passion for realism.
We're very, very conscientious about hiring volcanologists to advise us, to make certain that the dramatic situation surrounding the potential eruption was accurate. And what you see in this movie not only can happen, but does happen in the world all the time.
These guys live on the edge. They are the ultimate adventurers.
Situations where you're standing there, the ground is like a bowl of jello going like this under you, and you can hear noises thumping as steam explosions occurring under your feet. You would swear if you're taking this and put it on a film, this is faked.
But real it is. Capturing nature's awesome destructive power proved to be one of the film's greatest challenges.
When our volcano does come to life, you will be there. You will be part of the most intense natural disaster known on this planet.
Digital Domain, the company behind the visual effects of True Lies and Apollo 13, used proprietary digital tools to create the incredibly realistic pyroclastic clouds and devastating mud flows. Special effects veteran Roy Arbogast and his team provided the on-set firepower, destroying full-scale, functional set pieces and filling the skies with fire, brimstone, and ash, enough to cover an entire town.
Get everybody on a truck and get them out.
But there's more to Dante's Peak than special effects.
The relationship is an important part of the movie, so you care about the characters.
When Dante's Peak erupts, Pierce and Linda face unimaginable odds as they attempt to rescue her children and their grandmother.
Oh dear God, they went up the mountain.
Let's go.
I'm heading up to Rachel's to get her kids.
He doesn't have enough time. Harry, listen to me. We don't think you have enough time. Copy that. We do not think you have enough time.
We're not going to get out, are we?
You have the human element. You have the characters striving, trying to come together, the obstacles they have to maneuver around and over.
Come on!
It isn't just lava rushing down a mountain. They're pyroclastic clouds, the mud bombs and floods and fires. And you just look at it and go, whoa, what's next? Famine? Locusts?
It's like working with another character. I mean, Linda and I are just co-stars. Volcano is the star of the movie.
Gotta get to the kids.
When the lights go down, oh my God, the screen explodes.
Don't look back!
Dante. 'Dante's Peak.
It turns day into night. Air into fire. Nothing in the world can compare to its power. The most awesome sight you will ever see may be your last. In the town of Dante's Peak, a volcano is turning nature into a nightmare. Come on! Pierce Brosnan, Linda Hamilton.
Oh my God.
Dante's Peak. The pressure is building.
I thought this was supposed to be an extinct volcano.
Not extinct, just dormant, as in sleeping. And your volcano might just be waking up.
Mr. Dalton, you're talking about the evacuation of 7,400 people. You don't think that's a little extreme?
All I'm talking about is that you consider alerting the town to the possibility of an evacuation.
What Mr. Dalton here doesn't realize is that if Elliot Blair gets the idea that there's some kind of problem here, he's going to take his $18 million, his 800 jobs, and he's going to evacuate.
Les, 2 people are dead, and we don't know anything about Blair Industries. Look, it's been a very long day. Let's try to treat each other nicely.
Norman, why don't you pull out the town's emergency evacuation plans? We should at least have a look at them.
Great job, Harry. Look, I don't want to talk out of turn, but I think you should call a meeting and put this town on alert. There's a hell of a lot of activity up there.
Harry, I know it was intense up there, but I don't want to cause a panic over a few minor tectonic quakes.
Minor?
The biggest one we measured was 2.9.
I don't give a damn if it was a 1.1.
Harry.
Those quakes were shallow, Paul, damn shallow. I was up there. I felt it.
Harry, you
And
don't...
they weren't tectonic. They were magmatic. This thing is going to blow.
Harry, I'm warning you. I'm not going to have one of my people scaring the hell out of everybody because of guesswork and hunches. Another 48 hours will tell the tale. You get a grip.
Mommy, is that you?
Yeah, Lauren, what is it?
I'm thirsty.
Okay, honey. I think she'll go right back to sleep. Please, dear God in heaven, let her go back to sleep. Ew. What's wrong with the water?
What is it?
Must be a broken pipe.
Where's the town's water supply?
It's right up there.
What's that smell? It smells like sulfur.
Yeah. Sulfur dioxide. We saw the same thing in the Philippines on Mount Pinatubo before she blew. This mountain's a ticking bomb.
Quite likely nothing will happen, but it's better to be safe than sorry. I want you to remember, no one should leave tonight without a copy of the town's emergency evacuation plan. They will be handed out at the door on your way out. I'd like to turn the floor over now to Dr. Harry Dalton.
Thank you, Mayor Wando. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to
all
thank
over,
you
Les.
all for coming down here this
I'm out of here before it all hits the fan.
Excuse me. I would like to underline that these are just precautionary measures. We don't want to start a panic.
Did anybody feel that?
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm. Please just stay
I felt that.
Just stay calm. Thank you. Don't push. Please stay calm. Do not rush. Do not rush the exit. Don't panic.
Oh, God.
Where do we go?
Oh, God, it's completely blocked. Go left.
Go on,
Left,
I'm
Harry.
going.
Look out! Take a right. Go down the alley. What is that?
That is a pyroclastic cloud.
Hey, baby. Mom, it's coming! Mom!
Oh, my God. Don't look back, kids. Don't look back. Oh, sweet
Go, Casey, go, Casey, go, Casey, go, Casey. Okay. Go.
Everybody's going to be wanting to look like this.
The real grunge look.
That's fine, Charlie.
Seattle type. It's the glamorous world of filmmaking.
When? When does it start?
White,
So-
white.
Easy, call the mark. Eight stop.
Easiest thing, huh?
Better get it on this take.
Good.
Here we go. Ready and action! Let's go! And hold! Cut! Action!
Running backwards here, right? And then this car, the green car, is going to come and crash behind you into another car. This car here, and you'll react to it crashing, but you're not stopping for anything. You're making it to your truck.
Is this a one-up?
Yeah.
It's no one-up.
Anything out there?
Yeah, it's great.
It's the holiday spirit.
Yeah. Well, it's stopped snowing now, whatever it is. Ash.
I feel like I've got ash in every ear hole, every orifice of my body. Maggie. Background action! And action! Ready and action.
Already casualties have occurred. The citizens of Dante's Peak have long lived in the shadow of this slumbering giant.
Do the slate.
Test.
And when the script came along, it just seemed like there was a lot of, I just liked the character. I thought that, a geologist would make a great subject for a movie. And, this really combined something that had a real personal interest for me. And I've tried to make it very realistic and really, I've enjoyed the research on making this film. I've spoken to many volcanologists and had a fantastic trip around Mount St. Helens and had a really good look at what devastation a major volcano can cause. And in the research, I've met a number of volcanologists who have really just, it's been like a trip back to the past, really, for me. There's I think an awesome sort of power that nature has in exploding volcanoes, and I think everybody's fascinated by that. I think that's why movies like Twister have done so well. I know one of the few documentaries I made an effort to look at last year was about natural disasters. I mean, I'm not a person that really sort of, I think you're just awestruck by that sort of awesome power that nature can put on that really dwarfs what man can do. And this movie really gets to the core of what it is to be a scientist and some of the ethical problems that scientists have in their work versus how it's used, how science manifests itself on the world. And this is what this movie's about, really. This movie's about a group of volcanologists who are who, through their research on this subject, are really arguing amongst themselves what they really think is going to happen with this mountain. You know, right from the very beginning, the story has a sort of an element of tension, and the tension keeps building and building and building until, you know, it literally explodes. Well, one of the things that played out, that revealed itself in the course of the movie, which, you know, when you cast a movie is not necessarily there, is what sort of chemistry do your players have with each other. And Pierce and Linda, I think, genuinely came to like each other in the course of making this movie, because they both did a really great job. They both really sort of helped each other get the most out of everything that there was in the movie.
What's at stake? Well, there's a community at stake. It's a very small community, and it's spearheaded by a mayor, played by Linda Hamilton. And she's a single mother, 2 children. Husband ran out the back door and left her to fend for herself and the children, but she loves her community, Dante's Peak. I come in and say that, you know, there's danger here. This thing could blow. And like many of these men and women who are volcanologists, and there's only about 100 of them in the world, they find themselves in a situation where they have to deal with the various people within a community, whether it be the mayor, or be it with the military, or commerce of that particular town. And Dante's has these business people who are willing to put a lot of money into the community. So I, Harry Dalton, find myself in a very delicate situation, emotionally torn between what is right and what is possibly wrong. The right thing is to evacuate, to err on the side of caution. I met various people from the USGS, and they're all very dedicated, and some are more hard-nosed than others, and they kind of march to their own drum, as it were. They go out there and they put their lives on the line for people, for communities, in different parts of the world. And they're a breed unto themselves, these people, a small tribe, as it were, who are fascinated and compelled to go into dangerous situations where they can lose their lives.
The story basically is of a volcanologist, Pierce, who comes into our small town in the Northwest to just explore some slight seismic activity that they've discovered. I am the mayor of the town, Rachel Wando, and, you know, as his guide, you know, take him up to this mountain peak where he begins to realize that there is some serious threat to the town, our town being at the very base of this mountain. So it becomes a struggle between Pierce, and I basically trust him and side with him as the mayor, and the town council, who just doesn't want to stir the pot up at all and lose whatever economic opportunities are coming into the town. They don't want to panic people. It's us against a force of nature, which is the first thing that I've done, like, on that level. And it's a great, fun character, and it's also a lovely romance that's not born very, you know, traditionally, but just, you know, there's lots of really wonderful moments between Pierce and I. Good comedic moments for me at the top of the film before it all gets really heavy. So, you know, there are a lot of different things that I get to do in the movie. And basically, it's just to work with something that's so enormous. You know, volcano takes many different forms. It isn't just lava rushing down a mountain, you know. There are pyroclastic clouds. There are lahars and mud bombs and floods and fires and, you know, just so much fun stuff.
I've learned a lot because an actual volcanologist came to the set, and his name was Jack, and he taught me a lot about volcanoes. He taught me about volcanoes on other planets, and he taught me about how much, I mean, the devastation that these volcanoes can produce. They can totally destroy entire towns. The ash can preserve things. So millions of years from now, people can dig up an old volcano site and still find, you know, pottery or people, and it's just the pyroclastic clouds that they race at 600 miles an hour, and they just kill everything that's in its path.
We had a number of stunts and effects that we had to create right in the town of Wallace itself. We were creating earthquakes and the aftermath of earthquakes. We had buildings falling down, and because we were shooting so much in sequence, the remains of these fallen down buildings and crushed school buses and broken out windows at the local high school had to remain there for weeks on end. And it really did seem as if the town had been destroyed. I mean, if you were to be a tourist just driving down I-95 past Wallace, I'm sure you'd be convinced that a natural disaster, not a movie disaster, had taken place there. When our volcano does come to life, that you will see something that, first of all, you've never seen before, because no one could get as close as we can get to a volcano. No one could cover the kind of action that occurs after a volcanic eruption the way that we can, because we are in control of where the cameras are, we're in control of the action, we're in control of the stunts, we're in control of the effects, and yet it is all completely accurate, and you will be there. You'll be completely safe, you'll be sitting in your seat in the theater, but you will be part of perhaps the most intense natural disaster.
We started looking into volcanologists and talking to several of them and reading about them, and found that these guys live on the edge. They are the ultimate adventurers. There are many things in a volcano that can kill you other than lava. And what I discovered was these guys go into situations where no sane person would go. But I can't picture a movie to be more of an ultimate adventure movie than Dante's Peak.
The volcano will definitely qualify as a character in the film, not only through its visual presence, but through its through the presence of sound. The sound effects people are going to create many, many voices for the volcano. The friendly volcano, as friendly as it can be. When it starts to get more and more threatening, when it blows, it's going to have an entire vocabulary. The relationship between the hero and the heroine is obviously an important part of the movie. Both their characters change during their interaction with each other, and the interaction between the hero and the children is also an important part of the picture, because it softens up his heart and changes his life. So you care about the characters. You know, it's definitely a people story. It's not just big bangs.